Hi guys, hope you guys are well. I want to just share something with you. I was actually going to share this with you the other day, and because something actually happened to me, and I didn't share it with you guys. I think I actually forgot to share it, but today I was talking to someone, and she reminded me exactly what I was going to share with you guys, and I actually shared it with her, right? And I'm going to share it with you guys, but remember when I told you guys the other day that wow, God has me being a little bit more gentle. Like I'm more gentle. I'm taking my time when I do things. I'm not rushing when I do things. You guys have ever been in a situation where you're like, man, as soon as I have to hurry up and be somewhere, all these things have to happen. As soon as I'm running late to be at this appointment or to be at this location, all of a sudden I'm dropping this. All of a sudden I can't find my keys. All of a sudden, you know why? Because you're in a rush. Whenever you're in a rush to do things, things will not be organized. Why? Because your mind is not organized. You can't really sit down and just think. You get what I mean? Your mind is like all over the place. You can't focus. So now when you need things in the last minute, the last moment, it seems overwhelming and it seems hectic and it seems like it's hard and you cannot get it, right? So I'm here to remind you guys that it's okay to take your time to do things. It's okay to take your time to do things. I understand sometimes it's hard because warfare, and when you're going through warfare, things seem to fall apart and things seem to be not organized. But here's the thing. Get your mind right. In order to get your mind right, get your home organized, get things in order. So when it's time for you to get up and get something, you know exactly where it is. You're not rushing. You're not trying to find it. You get what I'm saying? Like organization is key. Organization is key. And guess what? Organization will make warfare a lot easier. Okay? Trust me. You're hearing it from someone who goes through warfare all the time. But organization will make warfare easier. I'm actually working on another channel that I'm going to be starting for you guys, and it's called Get Your Mind Right. And I'm going to be sharing like little tips and tricks and things that you can do to stay organized and to get your home clean, things like that. So I'm going to be working on that for you guys. That's going to be more like September-ish, right? But anyways, the point of me saying this also is that sometimes when we think that, you know, the devil's causing us delays, or sometimes when we think that certain things are happening to block us and to prevent us from doing certain things, sometimes sometimes, not even sometimes, majority of the times when the devil does try to do things to slow us down, or there's witchcraft involved, or there's a lot of things involved to slow us down, it's still a part of God's plans for us. You get what I'm saying? Because God will use what was meant for bad and he will turn it into good. There'll be a purpose behind it. He will use what was meant for evil and there'll be a purpose behind it. Do you see what I'm saying? Just like when he hardened Pharaoh's heart to go after Moses, but it actually helped Moses use the staff in the first place. It helped Moses actually part the sea in the first place. Do you see what I'm saying? It helped Moses get the Israelites across in the first place. Just like when God even changed the path, he put Moses and the Israelites on the longer path rather than the shorter path, because had they taken the shorter path, he said they would have went backwards had they taken the shorter path. So he purposely put them on the longer path in order for there to be more time for Pharaoh to come after them, for him to use the staff to part the sea in the first place, okay? So sometimes you see how they had to take the longer path. Majority of people would have probably complained about that. Like, man, like, why do I gotta take the longer path, God? Man, it's gonna make me more delayed, God. Not realizing that regardless, it was still a part of the plan. Pharaoh coming after Moses was still a part of the plan. Him parting the sea was still a part of the plan. So Pharaoh had to come after Moses. So he had to go through that obstacle, right? Let me give you another example. Sometimes when we go through certain things, it was meant to happen to save us, to protect us. Some delays are meant to protect us. Some delays are meant to save us, because God can see the tricks and the schemes that we cannot see. I used an example yesterday. The example was the blue LED light, the blue light where you can see what's clean. Like I told you guys, something may look clean. Your home may look clean, right? When you move into a new home, and you may go and move all the furniture in because it looks clean, the toilet looks clean, everything looks clean. But when you turn on that blue LED light and you look at the toilet, there's stains on it. You look in the walls, there's splatter stains on it, and you're realizing, wow, it's not even clean, right? So sometimes things may look like it's okay, but it's really not okay. And because God can see what's behind it, God can see the hidden things that you cannot see, God may put a pause on something, or he may allow certain delays to come in order to get you back on track. Whereas had you kept going, you would have fell into some sort of plot and scheme of the enemy. You would have fell into some sort of pit that the enemy dug for you. But because there was that delay, right? Because there was that delay, or because God allowed certain obstacles to come in to slow you down for a little bit, you were able to prevent falling into that pit. So yeah, you may have had to take a longer route, but the longer route is still going to get you to God's outcome, because God's not a liar. God is not a liar. So the transportation just changed. You see what I'm saying? The timing just changed, but you're still going to get there. You see what I mean? Because there was a plot and scheme that was ahead that you didn't see, that God saw. You saw everything was, the coast was clear, everything was clear, but you didn't know what was up ahead against you. So that delay was a part of the plan. That delay was meant to help you. Do you see what I mean? So another example of this is I took my kids to the theme park a couple days ago, right? I think it was like 4 days ago, 3 days ago. And, you know, I had to hurry up because I had to meet other children there, right? So I had to meet other parents and other children. And I'm getting in the car, and as soon as I got in the car, tea spilt all over my outfit. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta go and change, which is gonna make me more late. But I didn't complain. I did not complain. I did not fuss. I did not get upset, because I'm like, listen, this is a part of the God's plan. Most of the times I would have complained. Other people may have complained. They would have been like, oh, that's warfare. That's the enemy. And got really, really mad. So anyways, I went to change. And when I went to change, I came back downstairs, and we were actually starting to drive. We saw that there was, at the lights there was a car accident at the lights there. And there was lights and ambulance and everything like that. Can I tell you guys something? Do you know the night before I went to bed, God showed me that exact intersection, and he showed me the car accident the night before I left. He showed me that in my dream. So not my dream, sorry, my vision. It wasn't even a dream, it was a vision. As in, like, I closed my eyes and started seeing the police lights, and I saw that exact intersection right there at the corner. So he was showing me there was going to be an accident there. So I already knew when I saw that in the vision that I had to be careful of that specific area, right? But the morning that I spilt the coffee and it was tea. The morning that I spilled the tea all over myself, I had already forgotten that. Because I was in such a rush, I didn't have time to really reflect and think about the vision that he showed me the night prior. I forgot about that. You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, when you're in a rush and you're doing things quickly, you don't have time to sit down and just reflect and just think, right? So I was in a rush. So because I was in a rush, had I got in my car and left and got to that intersection, something could have happened. When I stayed back and changed my clothes, it took me another 10 to 15 minutes because I had to put my other shirt in the dryer. Like, I had to sit there and wait another 10, 15 minutes for things to be finished. So when I saw that intersection, I was like, whoa. And then I realized, when I got in the car, I realized that when I saw that, I started to scream, and I realized that was a part of God's plan. So even though there was a delay and I spilled the tea on myself, God ensured that happened to protect me and protect my kids at that moment, right? Because even though I was being okay and I was being safe on the road, there's others around me who may not have been safe. And not only that, because I was in a rush, I couldn't think straight, I wasn't focused. You see what I'm saying? Anything could have happened, right? So as I was driving past the intersection, I started talking to my son about it because I couldn't believe what I saw with my eyes. God came in and literally said the spilt tea was a part of the plan. He ensured that I spilled that tea on myself to hold me back, to slow me down a little bit, to ensure that I was going to be safe. See, sometimes we think everything is the enemy. Sometimes God allows certain disasters to happen to protect us. Sometimes one disaster is not as bad as what it could have been. So in the moment, you may be like, man, I just got my car stolen. I just got my car robbed, man. That's warfare, God. I'm so mad. Now I'm carless because my car got stolen, or my car broke down, and I'm so mad that my car broke down and I got to bring it to the shop. And you may complain and say, oh my gosh, that's warfare. And yeah, it may be warfare, but God may have allowed that warfare to come through and allowed that warfare to happen, because had you gotten to the car and the car was having problems, it would have broken down in the middle of the road and you may have caused an accident. Do you get what I'm saying? Or had the car been stolen while you were in the car, something bad could have happened. So I'm telling you guys this to let you guys know that even as long as you're obedient, you're doing everything that God told you to do. If there's little small delays or delays that come in while you're in the midst of your obedience, God knows that that's not your fault. You just have to know that that is a part of the plan and just accept that, okay? Don't complain about it, okay? So I want to give you guys this confirmation. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.